Hi, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. Welcome to the last day of TTG Aussie Fest. So, I'm Ali from Tourism and Events Queensland. I'm sure lots of you recognise me from previous roles with Tourism Australia, but now I'm representing Tourism Queensland. And I'm very excited to be chatting to you all about the incredible luxury experiences in the Sunshine State. So, in Queensland, we very much refer to it as barefoot luxury. I'll start off with just a little snapshot of our state. So I'm sure a lot of you know who sell Australia exactly where Queensland is. So we are obviously the northeastern corner of Australia. We are the second largest state, and we're probably most well known for our coastal and aquatic experiences. We are, of course, home to the Great Barrier Reef, which runs 1,400 miles down the coastline. So, from about Bundaberg and the southern Great Barrier Reef all the way up to the tip of Cape York. We have a tropical and subtropical climate, which is why we get that nickname of the Sunshine State. So we have 300 days of sunshine a year, and we're very much an outdoorsy state. And with that, we have some incredible nature and wildlife, a very laid back, friendly locals culture. And we do actually have two Indigenous cultures in Queensland. So we've got the Torres Strait Islander culture. So the Torres Strait Islands are just off the coast of Queensland. And we've also got the Aboriginal Australian culture as well. So when it comes to luxury in Queensland, now it is quite similar, I guess, to the type of luxury you find across Australia when it comes to kind of very experiential. So whilst you know you would have listened to some of the other sessions, and it's not necessarily about that kind of opulence and gold taps and that type of luxury. It's definitely about immersing yourself in incredible natural paradise. Those really amazing wow factors, connecting to the people in the place. So being really surrounded by the incredible environment and really immersing yourself in that nature, that unfussy, intuitive, and tailored service. So that really specialized service specifically for your guests and tailoring it to your guests. Life-changing experiences. So these are your incredible wow factors that are authentically Queensland's, ones that you can't get anywhere else in the world, and that are very memorable and definitely give your clients those bragging rights at their dinner parties. And then less is more. So reconnecting to those simple things. So whether it is kind of walking barefoot on a secluded island and feeling like you're the only person in the world, or feeling very small in the Daintree rainforest and just feeling like you're in worlds away from your normal life. um, I'll kick off with okay. Well, first we'll touch on Queensland's islands. So this is another a whole other element when it comes to Queensland. So we have 900 islands and coral cays off the coast of Queensland. They do very much vary in kind of style and market. So whether they are your luxury honeymoon style islands, which are very much, and I'll definitely touch on some of these throughout the presentation, or whether, it's more kind of castaway, feeling like you're on a deserted island on the Great Barrier Reef, or we've got, the largest sand island, or quick escapes from Brisbane or from Townsville type islands as well. I actually did an Aussie specialist webinar a couple of weeks ago. So if you jump on the platform, you'll be able to catch up on that recording. And I dive in a bit deeper on the different islands and how they best suit to your clients. So jump in and have a listen to that if you haven't already. When it comes to luxury lodges, so I'm sure a lot of you joined the session from Luxury Lodges of Australia. So Tourism Queensland actually has 5 of the luxury lodges of Australia located within Queensland. So that's quite a few in terms of the collection. And they are all very different from each other and very much offer a completely different experience. So whether that's an island escape, so we've got Qualia and Hamilton Islands, Lizard Island Resort, which is the northernmost resort on the Great Barrier Reef. And literally that's like feeling like you're on your absolute own island with incredible ocean views and amazing service. In the Queensland outback, we can Mount Mulligan Lodge, which is about a 2-hour forward drive from west from Cairns. And that's on a working cattle station. So a completely different experience. Silky Oaks Lodge, which is in the Daintree rainforest. So that's very much treehouse style rainforest retreat. Or Spices Peak Lodge, which is in the hinterland region behind Brisbane and the Gold Coast. So all very different and all absolutely incredible experiences, as you can expect from any of the luxury lodges of Australia. Incredible service, amazing food, and of course, amazing amenities as well. We also have some really unique stays as well. So if your clients are looking for something a little bit different, it might not be that 5-star accommodation, but it might just be something a little bit quirky and something that gives them that real memorable moment to their trip. So whether that's staying in an underwater hotel on the Great Barrier Reef, on a pontoon, literally on a queen-size bed, on top of a pontoon and watching the sunrise and sunset from the foot of your bed on a 4-poster bed, or in a glamping tent surrounded by Aussie wildlife. So there is those really unique options as well. We, of course, have lots of nature and wildlife experiences. So we have your iconic nature encounters. So whether that's your kangaroos and your koalas, which are found all across the state. You can actually have breakfast with kangaroos at Cape Hillsborough as they come down on the beach. And we, of course, have some really amazing marine life as well on the Great Barrier Reef and Southern Great Barrier Reef. So you can see the turtles hatching. You can literally swim with turtles and manta rays. We've got the home of the manta ray on Lady Elliot Island. And we've also got Australia's first whale heritage area in Hervey Bay. So this is the only known spot where whales stop and spend a few days teaching their young how to breach and play in the water. So you have some really special whale encounters that are pretty much guaranteed in Hervey Bay region. So whilst a lot of our iconic wildlife can be spotted all year round, there is some special ones that are seasonal. So we do have a wildlife calendar to help you and your clients to plan their trips around some really special experiences. I'm just going to touch on a few of our regions quickly. Just checking the questions, some nice comments about Lizard Island, which is good. So starting in Brisbane. So Brisbane is, of course, our capital city. So if any of you haven't been to Brisbane for a few years, which I think a lot of you probably haven't given the pandemic, but it has really gone from strength to strength in the last few years. So during the pandemic, it never really stopped. There was a real boom in hotels and room beds. We had some incredible restaurants open up, as well as precincts like restaurant and hotel and bar precincts as well. If you're not that familiar with Brisbane, so it's a very outdoorsy city, and we're very well known for that outdoors culture. So you can expect lots of al fresco dining, rooftop bars, live music, lots of like kind of arts. They've got lots of parklands and like walking paths, and yeah, very outdoorsy culture. That's because of the subtropical climate of Brisbane. Here's a little snapshot. So Brisbane is fully surrounded by Brisbane River. So basically everything you do in Brisbane is all kind of along the coast of Brisbane, along the edge of Brisbane River. There's water taxis and ferries that can take you around. It's quite a compact, walkable city, so you can get to most places in the city centre within a 15-minute walk. There's places like Howard Smith Wharf, which has just been revamped. So that's at the base of Story Bridge. Some incredible parklands and botanical gardens right in the city centre. We've got the Queensland Gallery of Modern Art, which is actually the largest museum of modern art in Australia. It's really well known for its kind of global exhibits and a really large Indigenous collection as well. Streets Beach, which is a whole kind of area called South Bank where you can go and hang out at picnic tables, outdoor barbecues, and they've got a huge lagoon style swimming pool and beach there. So it's fantastic for families right in the centre of Brisbane. Spice's Scenic Rim Hike. So the Scenic Rim region is the region just outside, so west or inland, I should say, of Brisbane and the Gold Coast. It's a really up and coming region. It's been voted by Lonely Planet of must see place to visit for 2022. So that's just that hinterland area. Definitely recommend that. I think I'm taking ages, so I'm just going to click through quickly. Some exciting things on the horizon because Brisbane has been named the host of the 2032 Olympics. So we're already seeing the investment go into the city, and we're super excited to watch that. Queen's Wharf, which is a whole multi-precinct development, which is on the coast, on the edge of Brisbane River. Restaurants, hotels, entertainment, all in one spot that's due to start opening this year. This is a few new hotels in Brisbane City. I won't go through them now. I'm happy to send through further information afterwards. But these ones just opened 5-star within Brisbane City Centre over the last 2 years. Quickly touching on the Whitsundays, which is another very popular area for Brisbane. I'm sure a lot of you recognise this imagery. It's very iconic to Australia in general. And, of course, the Great Barrier Reef, which is, of course, Heart Reef. It's made up of 74 different islands on the Great Barrier Reef. Ellie Beach is the main port, mainland town to get to the Whitsundays. You can fly into Ellie Beach, or you can actually fly directly into Hamilton Island. So Hamilton Island is the largest and most well-known island of the Whitsundays. You've also got Hayman Island and Daydream Island, which are popular places to stay as well. And they have some really incredible luxury accommodation. Qualia is the luxury lodge on Hamilton Island in the Whitsundays. As you can see from this imagery, it does almost speak for itself. It's gorgeous. It's like villa-style accommodation, private plunge pools. This is where all the celebrities go to holiday in Australia. And you get your own little private golf buggy to drive around the island and just have incredible ocean views of the Great Barrier Reef. This product is exclusive to Hamilton Island guests. It's called Journey to the Heart. This is where you can take your own private helicopter out to a private pontoon just off of Heart Reef, which is that image I showed you first. And you do a scenic flight over the Great Barrier Reef. You land, you have champagne on the pontoon, you take a glass bottom boat out, and then you snorkel the surrounding area. It's just incredible, and something that would be very special for any clients that want something a little bit extra special for their stay on Hamilton Island. Whitehaven Beach is, of course, always ranked number one beach in the world for its beautiful white silica sand and turquoise water. And it's a must visit, and it can be experienced in all different ways, whether it's a sailing trip, a day tour, or a gourmet picnic on the beach. These are products on by Cruise Whitsunday, Reef Suites, which is the underwater hotel, and Reef Sleep, which is sleeping on the top of the pontoon. So this is in the Whitsundays. I can send more information on these as we go. Sorry, I'm just running out of time, but I'll just quickly touch on tropical North Queensland, which is, of course, our largest region. This is where the rainforest comes all the way down to meet the Great Barrier Reef. So it's the only place in the world where two World Heritage sites meet. These are the type of images you can imagine from this region. So the beautiful blues of the reef, the greens of the rainforest, but also some outback experiences as well. Many ways to experience the reef. So whether that's private helicopter over to your own sand cay or over to a pontoon off the Great Barrier Reef. And of course, the Daintree Rainforest, which is best explored, with Kuranda Railway and Kuranda Scenic Sky Rail to get that bird's eye view. This is my last slide. So we do have some really incredible Indigenous experiences as well. So highly recommend, no matter where you are in Queensland, to please try and find a Indigenous tour to really get a sense of the state and really immerse yourself in the culture and connect to country. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry if I've missed any questions. I did kind of rush through that, but I'll come back and answer these in the chat. I'll answer any questions that you've had in the chat, but please feel free to reach out if you've got anything further as well. And I'll send, I'm happy to send out any more information or put it in my room. So if you visit the Queensland room, I can put some more info in that, or you can come ask me any questions as well. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.